A 3.8 magnitude earthquake hitting western New York this morning. This happened at 6:15, waking a lot of us up. Initially, there was confusion because of a whoosh sound and the feeling of maybe an explosion. Good morning. It's Monday, February 6th. I'm Kelly Dudzik. If you jumped out of bed and turned on your TV or got on your phone, you got an alert map eventually showing the epicenter of the earthquake was in West Seneca. You can see the area of impact stretching from Wilson to East Aurora to Hamburg. There were reports this morning that even people in Hamilton, Ontario felt the earthquake. This is the story you are talking about this morning, and within the last few hours, hundreds of thousands of people have been searching our website and social media for answers. But we start with Chief Meteorologist Patrick Hammer. Patrick, you reacted in real time this morning on Daybreak. So what did you initially think was happening? What have you learned since then? What can you tell us now?
Yeah, Kelly, I got to be honest with you. I, like many of you, I didn't think it was an earthquake. It was an explosion. I grew up in California. I've been through many earthquakes, and they never felt like that. So I thought somebody had struck the building. I thought maybe something internally had exploded, maybe an explosion across the street. And then I got a text from my daughter who said, "Dad, did you hear that?" And that's when I knew that, okay, this has to have been an earthquake. It was just a sharp explosion. Earthquakes often have a roll. They last for like 30 seconds to a minute. They don't happen as violently. They just kind of have a buildup and then a gradual dissension of power. This was just a sharp bang. And this is what we've learned and maybe what was the cause of all of this. Let's get to it and show you what we got. First of all, it was a 3.8 of magnitude, which is, a notable earthquake around here. The largest, by the way, in 56 years. All right, and a depth of 30 kilometers, which is pretty shallow comparatively to other earthquakes that we have in California, and of course, like what we're seeing, unfortunately, in Turkey. They're far deeper and thus can have a lot more impact. Okay, there is an earthquake fault, if you will. It's called the Clarendon-Linden Fault. It extends from Lake Ontario through Genesee, Orleans, and then through Wyoming County, and it's likely that fault is a cause of our earthquake activity around Western New York, and we have them. In fact, here's a plot of some earthquakes that have happened here since 1914. There's been more little ones, but these are some of them that have happened that could have been felt, some near Hamburg, some north of Buffalo, but a cluster of them near Attica, and that's where the largest one was back in 1929, a 4.8, which, by the way, was about 10 times stronger than the one that we had today. Here's a list of the most recent earthquakes. 4.8 in Attica in 1929. We had a 4.3 in 1966. And again, you have to go back to 1967, 56 years ago, the last time we had an earthquake that was about this strong, a little stronger, at 4.1. They do happen, but they are very, very rare. All right, we will dive into the forecast and again, kind of go through what we all experienced this morning that shook the ground and shook a lot of nerves, to be sure.
For sure. All right, Patrick, we'll see you in a few minutes. Appreciate it. Lauren Hall joins us now live in the studio with your videos and reaction online to the earthquake this morning. Hello, Lauren.
Hey, good morning, Kelly. Well, all morning we have been gathering your video, mainly taken from home security cameras like this one, because it happened so fast that people couldn't even really get out their phones and take their own videos and pictures before it was over. This one of this shaking cactus was captured in a kitchen from a Nest camera. This one is getting thousands of views online. So is this one from Emilio in Buffalo. He shared some amazing footage of his wife jumping out of bed to steady the crib and check on their baby. Oh yeah, you can see their baby amazingly seems to sleep through this entire thing thanks to his wife. Emilio wrote, "My wife has way better reflexes than I did when I was a goalkeeper at my younger age." Emilio's baby didn't wake up, but this dog sure did. Bentley, his owner Zach, shared this on Twitter of their dog. It was looking out the window around 6:15 this morning when all of a sudden, oh yeah, he was startled right off that couch. He collected himself before calmly going to check on his owners and his human parents to make sure they were okay. Joelle's Nest camera also caught her dog's reaction to this. They were having a little snooze on the couch when the earthquake woke them right up. They went flying towards the door, barking away, not sure what was going on. Thank you to Joelle for posting that on our Facebook page for the station. And finally, this one from Phoebe is pretty crazy. Look at that. That was from the Elmwood Village. She shared that with us on Twitter, really just showing how much her entire room was shaking on her camera. Elsewhere on Twitter at 7:32 this morning, Governor Kathy Hochul had this to say. She tweeted, the Buffalo area experienced an earthquake this morning. No damage has been reported at this time. She also said that her team was in touch with local officials and they will be providing any support they need. And we've been hearing from a lot of you on social media too. The West Seneca Police, they're known for being pretty comical on Twitter. And at this point, when they shared this, they probably didn't even realize that they were the epicenter of this yet, but they wrote, well, good morning, everyone. Just your usual Buffalo morning earthquake. Back to bed. We're hearing from some of you as well. Michael wrote, we really felt it in Williamsville. We thought it was our neighbor's house exploding. Wendy said she literally jolted so hard it almost threw her out of bed. She thought a car hit her house or a plane went down. And Buffalo Jack on Twitter said he thought that the furnace kicked on. Then he thought it was a snowplow driving by. Samantha said she was holding her baby boy. She was so thankful she was holding him. And then she said it took a long time for her heart rate to slow down and to stop shaking. And Kelly, for anyone who was wide awake like us on the Daybreak team, we all thought all of those things before we even thought it could be an earthquake here in downtown Buffalo. And it took some of our a while for some of our heart rates to go down and for the shaking to stop.
And I love the video of the dogs. Our cats did the same thing.
Yeah,
they freaked them out.
Yeah, they never experienced that before, right?
Exactly. And most of us haven't either.
Right.
Appreciate it, Lauren. Thank you.
Thanks.
And a reminder that you can send in your pictures and videos. You can text them to us here at the station, 716-849-2220. You can share them online with us by using the hashtag #Beyond2, or you can send them to us using the Near Me tab on the 2 on Your Side app. Just a short time ago, we went to West Seneca to talk with people who live there because that was the epicenter. Some community members say they thought a car hit their home. Others just slept right on through it. And one mentioned that they thought their neighbor fell down the stairs, but they never imagined it would be what we know now, an earthquake.
Heard it, felt it. I was this loud boom. So now that I'm wide awake, I might as well go grocery shopping. Can't sleep, can't do anything else. Might as well do something. But as long as nobody got hurt or anything, and any damage or anything. So as long as the house is still there. So I don't know. We got the snowstorms and now the earthquake. I don't know what's next. Afraid to ask.
My husband thought the furnace exploded and he ran in the basement. I'm like, we'd be dead by now. Hopefully we don't feel any more. We are on a fault line though, right? So it's not crazy that this really happened. It's crazy that it took this long that it happened, I think.
Many of the people we spoke with this morning say this is an earthquake they will never forget.